So I got this little Skydio drone and I'm taking it out to see how to work it. It's definitely a different piece of equipment and it operates very differently than my previous one. As you can see, when I start it up, it automatically turns back, and that's to look at me and find me. And then once it locks on, it finds the position that I've indicated and will then start to follow. And as you can see, it's following pretty well. By the way, this is the Lumpkin County High School. This is in Dahlonegos. I needed an open spot to test it because I don't trust it yet. It can very easily fly it into a tree. Back in the woods, the canopy's too heavy to do something like this. But you can see it's following excellent, and it's going to be great on this adventure. Pulling into the parking lot, these two guys were biking, and they just finished, and they were all eyes watching what I was doing. You notice how, as I turn, it stays with me pretty well, and then I take a sharp turn, but it picks me right back up, which is kind of interesting. In a minute, we're going to see when it's up high how that looks. Notice I keep looking around. I can't see it. And unfortunately, it's so bright, I can't see the screen in front of me, so I'm trying to find it. And this is back to what one pilot told me, is you just got to trust it. And that's what is becoming evident as I go along, that I'm able to trust that this drone will do what it's supposed to do. Taking sharp turns does throw it off just a little bit, but it catches back up quite quickly. The technology is amazing. This company, Skydio, is an American company. The other drone I have, DJI, is a Chinese company, which always makes me a little nervous because I feel like every time I'm sending data, I'm sending it back to China. Not to sound xenophobic or anything. But I tried it at different altitudes. As you can see, I've pushed it back just a little bit. I've also tried it at different angles, sometimes in front, sometimes to the side. The drone picks me back up quite quickly. Here I'm turning back out, and I'm going to go back to where I started. And you're going to notice on a couple of occasions it swings by a telephone pole quite rapidly. You saw just a little bit of a tree. It got out of the tree, and then it catches back up to me. See, again, coming close to the trees, but it moves over. It's quite intense sensors. Now again, it's backing up. There's a pole coming up and a tree. There's the pole. Yep, and it moves right past. I haven't trusted it yet out on some country roads because there's lots of telephone wires. My understanding is telephone wires eat drones, and so I haven't trusted it yet to go out there and do that. That's coming. See the tree? And it goes right by it. It's excellent. My other drone couldn't even do a fraction of what this thing's doing. Even the sharp turns, again, it positions itself around and gets in front of me, which is where I wanted it to be. And I tried it up high. This is an interesting perspective, and this is going to be fun when I get out into the mountains somewhere, because the idea here is you get me into the scene, but then also get the surrounding scenery, surrounding countryside, mountains, rivers, whatever is out there. It's a little slower at this altitude to pick me back up, but it does a good job. Pretty impressive piece of equipment, to be perfectly honest. I didn't bore you on this one with the landing to finish off, just simply because it was kind of convoluted because I was messing with it and trying different things. See how sharp that turn was, and it hesitates for a moment, then it goes and picks me back up, and eventually it gets me centered back into the frame, which is what I want. By this point I was just screwing around, trying to think of what else to do. There was a whole bunch of people doing, I don't know what they were doing. There's some kind of thing going on in another parking lot, so I was trying to stay away from them because I didn't want to draw attention. Not quite sure flying drones in the parking lot of the high school, how well that'd be received. It was interesting. Very interesting piece of equipment. I can't wait to try it further. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.